Well, do you think United States is headed into a major recession this year? Or do you think it'll be a soft landing? And what about China? Do you think China will go into recession this year or is going to make a major recovery? See, everyone has been focused on the recession for United States right now, but here is the export net gains by China versus net losses. So in other words, it's growing quite a lot, 4.5 billion against Russia, but its exports has fell 13 billion against the United States because of this decoupling. And it's falling against Japan, Netherlands, Germany, all these European or NATO countries. So its exports of China is only gaining this little bit and losing all this. And you might think that's a signal that China is decoupling from the rest of the world or the rest of Europe and America, NATO, because of all the tension, is decoupling from China so it can export less and less into these countries. But think again, look at this chart. What is actually happening is exports is falling for China, even in countries such as South Africa, right? New Zealand, Brazil, right? Think about what that means. Because these countries such as South Africa and Brazil and Argentina are part of the BRICS nations, right? They are in an economic partnership. It's supposed to be increasing. So what does that mean? That means even for China, exporting is becoming difficult, even to countries that are friendly to them. That means the whole world's economy is slowing down. So yes, there's a lot less exports to the United States, but how much of that is due to decoupling and how much of that is due to US economy actually slowing down? There are many indicators we look at for possible US recession, and one of the really big ones is the US 10-year versus 3-month Treasury bills yield curve inversion. Every time when this yield curve inverts or this signal fires, right, when it goes below zero, we see this shaded area. That's recession. That's 1929. Major, they call that the Great Depression. And when it goes near zero again, right, in the 70s, in the 80s, right, sometimes small recessions happen without it dipping below zero, or when it gets almost near zero. When it dips below zero, recession comes. You see these gray areas, right? And now, even the 2020 COVID pandemic, and now look where it is. It's at the same level as Great Depression, right? It doesn't mean a depression is going to happen. In fact, I don't think it is going to happen. But to say that we're going to land softly and entirely avoid recession, I'm not sure about that. People always say, oh, but jobs, Pablo, jobs are staying strong. But here's the thing. See, here, the blue line is Fed interest rate hiking cycle, right? Every time when they stop hiking and they pause and they start cutting is when unemployment actually goes up. Look at this chart. Many times employment goes up